This is a direct follow-up to a previous video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, click the link in the video description or in a pinned comment to go check that out, because you will be lost if you haven't heard about this before. Hello everybody. Last time we asked the question, how much money does your project have to make before the social expectation is placed upon you to act professionally? And while nobody gave me a specific answer, many people agreed that $30,000 is definitely over that threshold. I did go into detail, however, explaining how they made less than half of that in reality, but that's neither here nor there. Today's video is going to pose the question, how many people need to contact me about a topic I don't care about before I'm going to say something about it? And the answer is apparently over 100. Because over 100 people contacted me with this stupid Reddit article. And now you guys are turning me into Young Yeah or The Quartering, you know? One of those channels that sits in front of articles. The kind of channels I make fun of. Read articles. I mean, come on now. But this guy, Lagulous, you have to understand, he is not the original creator of Skyrim Together. He is, in fact, a web developer. And I've spent a couple of years as a web developer, so let me ask you a question. If I made the websites for a couple projects, and maybe I even gathered some people together, does that make me the creator? It could potentially make me the founder, right? But saying the original creator brings with it certain connotations, as if he wrote the code and actually did things that were of extreme help, when in fact, he was like a 16, 17-year-old kid. He didn't really know what he was doing. Claims that other people told him to be toxic, but he was toxic. He had no good judgment. And from what I've seen, from his responses to other people, he still doesn't have good judgment. There are comments he should just let pass. Just let them go. And instead, he responds to them in a passive-aggressive sort of manner, if not sometimes just kind of whining. I mean, I do that kind of thing all the time too, but takes one to know one, I guess. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to excuse the fact that the Skyrim Together team had Skyrim script extender code in it, despite being forbidden from using it. I'm not going to dispute these screenshots, which may or may not be valid, because you can fake screenshots pretty easily. I'm not going to dispute whether they're legitimate or not. That's up to the SKSE team. The SKSE developers team gets to choose what to do about this. They are the wronged party. Now, some people will come back, well, Yamashi's a scumbag. Well, so is Lagulous. So you got the people who were incited by this article by Lagulous to take up the holy sword and shield and crusade Skyrim Together Discord server on behalf of the Skyrim script extender team. Keep in mind those internet paladins of justice and law and order, they don't have any say in this. They can be angry all they want. They can throw out all the moral outrage they want, but in reality, the Skyrim script extender team are the only people, because they are the wronged party in this matter, they are the ones who can choose to take the Skyrim Together people to court or not. Well, the Skyrim Together team should get half of their Patreon donations over to the Skyrim script extender people. Obviously, the Skyrim Together people owe it to them. Yeah, you can moral outrage all you want, but who the hell's gonna do that? For community goodwill? No, I can't see them backing down and the internet forgiving them. I just see righteous indignation, like, yeah, they got what was coming to them. That's what I see happening. I don't see genuine forgiveness coming from them righting their wrongs. So you also have to ask, is 50%, this is what people are calling for, is that even reasonable? Like, would it be all the money? Would it be none of the money? I think that if anyone's going to make that judgment, it needs to be a court of law. And if there is no civil suit from the SKSE team against the Skyrim Together team, this is all pointless. However, I'd like to point out another wronged party in this, and that would be the Patreon subscribers. They legitimately thought if they subscribed right then and there, they would get the beta. So that's just something to think about. My point here, however, is if you go through internet history and you look at the things Lagulous has said in the past, he is a toxic internet monkey throwing around insults and just being generally a bad person. Yamashi, very similar in the sense that when he was younger, he burned the Skyrim script extender bridge. He was, until the recent past, unwilling to come to terms with what he had done. Now, thankfully, there are some more reasonable people on the team, but my point is that this whole Reddit article is made by a very unreliable person. He doesn't have the standing he claims he does. Of course, Yamashi claimed he worked for ZeniMax Online Studios as an anti-bug engineer or something along those lines. And I just gotta roll my eyes at that one. In general, I don't see the credibility of either Yamashi or this Lagulous as being very good. It's why I didn't want to talk about this article at all, but again, over 100 people decided to tell me how very important it was that I talked about this. And that's very annoying. Now, let's talk about something related to Skyrim Together, which is legitimately a concern. That's their community helpers. The people who appear in yellow on their Discord server. Those people have been sarcastic, belittling of people's concerns, and even taking out bingo cards and doing these little Skyrim Together complaint bingos where they put the major issues that people have with the project on a bingo card, and when someone comes in to the Discord server, voices their concerns, they immediately fill out the bingo card and go, bingo! Yeah! When these people are like, but I got legit concerns, and they're like, haha, we dealt with your concerns in our document! Look on Google Docs! That's our document! And the document's legit, as far as I can tell. It's good PR. Like, that finally someone actually put forth the effort to do proper public relations, and that was the document. I'm not saying if anything in it is factually true or not. When I say legit, I mean it is a legitimate piece of PR, done properly. So I think if anything, they've finally taken it to heart to take these things seriously, at least the core developers. However, again, these community helpers, they're going back and forth and doing bingo cards about people's concerns. They're being sarcastic as hell, and they're promoting a bandwagon of their own while saying, oh, well, we're trying to drown out or squash the hate bandwagon. They're trying to make a game out of it when serious people's concerns are not a game. In fact, no less than 7 of the 100 or so people who contacted me claimed to have been former patrons and were put off by their behavior in the Discord server. They just came in asking questions and saying, well, it wouldn't be fair if it was true. They were belittled, attacked. Now, I suspect these people created new Discord accounts because they probably didn't have Discord. They probably didn't link their Patreons to Discord. They probably just hopped on to say, hey, developers, there's something here that I don't like or agree with. And they were immediately attacked by community helpers. Community helpers, everybody. One hand is doing good PR, while the other one is engaged in intellectual masturbation. This is not a good thing. So, to recap, really quick, Lagulous is unreliable based on his previous internet history. If he's improved, if he's become a better person, I don't know. I don't care very much. But in the comments section of this and of the Skyrim Together is stealing script extender code and all of this, we've had Skyrim script extender people and Skyrim Together people going back and forth in a very unprofessional manner. And that's unfortunate. In general, this seems to be a circus of children dealing with adult concepts like source code and money. However, we cannot escape the fact that Lagulous here misrepresented himself. He is not nearly as important as he said he was. I bet he's changed much of this in edits, okay? The Skyrim Together project, they stole a different theme, didn't attribute it properly, and then they went ahead and quick stealth edited the attribution back in, and then promptly called the man who accused them of stealing it a liar. This is the kind of slapdash work we're looking at, okay? I mean, the Skyrim script extender people seem to be very petty regarding the things Yamashi said in the past. It's within their legal rights to be petty about this, by the way. Morally speaking, I think it's kind of iffy to exclude just one specific person or one specific project. I think that's just extremely ridiculous, but I understand it, functionally speaking. So right now, the petty SKSE people, the absolutely ridiculous and unprofessional Skyrim Together people, along with Lagulous, who has no standing, throwing accusations into the pile, it's a mess. I kind of want to see a Skyrim multiplayer project, but jeez, guys, what the hell? And get your community helpers under control. They're costing you patrons. I mean, you've costed yourself patrons already, but I mean, if anyone's good at alienating and belittling patrons, it's me, of course. Anyone who's been on my Twitch streams knows that paying me money does not immunize you from me insulting you for saying stupid things. But the fact is, through no work of the developers at all, they've alienated a minimum of 7 patrons. Just by having their community helpers speaking with authority and then belittling folks. I'm gonna be honest with you, unless something major comes up, I don't plan to touch this again. I want to go onto my Twitch channel and play some Fallout 3 and New Vegas together called Tale of Two Wastelands. I'm over 100 hours into that. And I also want to play some Mountain Blade Warband. There's some new games coming up in the weeks to come. Games I'm much more excited about than being a drama llama over this. So to you, asked and answered, go away.
Yes, I am a Dark Elf Telvanni wizard. I shoot my spells from a distance, and if I get into trouble, I fly away with my levitation.
Yes, yes indeed.
And he always runs into the combat.
No.
Oh,
what
no,
happens is
that's over now.
What happens?
You see, I have poison.
Okay, you got poison. A poison ball, and it affects everyone in that area. That little circle.
John, shoot the poison over here.
Yes.
Over
No,
you?
not at me. You're looking at me. Shoot it over there by the staircase where you shot it before.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
It doesn't persist or anything.
I was thinking it was going to be a disaster in dungeons.
No.
It might.
All right, let's get the hell out of here.